Hey dreamers, it is time to continue with the Secret Santa event, and as you know, if you have watched the previous video, you know what the stakes are right now, because no time and a lot of things to do still for this creation. A little bit of a recap, we did, or I did, like, really quickly a surrounding, basically like a placeholder for me, how I want to design a little bit here and there. It's about to change 100% because like it's not going to be complete like this, but in big lines. And we did also in the last video, we made these tables and some crafting blueprint thing on the board. And that's pretty much what we did last video. So without further ado, I'm not going to talk too long because I have a lot to do. So let's go into this. First of all, I want to finish this creation, and I think I'm going to change the design a little bit. I'm not going to do this, but I kind of want to make like how you say that, like cabinets, some sort of what you would actually expect from this place. So that's what I'm going to do. And then, like, so we're going to change this like here and like so. I can maybe let me see what is smart. I can do this and push that exactly at that thing here, and then do this. So I'm just going to change a little bit of the design of the there we go. And then we make here some of like a drawer. Maybe do this plate a little bit shorter though, like so. That still should be still enough working space. I also saw last time I didn't do this really beautiful. There we go. It was like a tiny itchy little bit of thing, and I want to stretch this out. Do I want to stretch this out or not? That's like it's in the same. 1, 2. This also goes. No? No, it doesn't. Oh. Wait. There we go. That's better. So it has a little bit of like a border around it, which is a little bit more realistic. And now these things are basically the same like length basically, so it looks a little bit cleaner and nicer like this. And the next thing, oh yeah, we're sorry, sometimes my brain goes. There we go. So we have like a little bit of a drawer there, and then we're going to swap this one over here. There we go. I do see, however, it looks like this one should. Wait, what? Okay, now he wants to do that. Also, yeah, this one is a little bit. That's realistic. Like we should. Although, actually, yeah, we can make it so that it looks like the same. Around here? And we still have the edge, right? Yes, nice. That's one that was already done. Oh, I think I only... Oh, okay. Yeah, I see. I see what I did. And then we need to... Okay, that's not going to work for some reason. So I'm just gonna reuse this here. There we go. It's a little bit nice instead of like these open spaces. And we're going to do that with the rest as well. So basically this one flips like this. Goes a little bit in between. Then we're going to build something like this here. Tweak that in. Like so. Stamp it. Maybe it is nice that it's like in the same height. And that goes for this as well. Yeah, I think it's a little bit nicer to do it like this. And then follow that one. So I'm just going to make like some drawers basically and some cabinets here. I think that's that would be cool, and it looks a little bit more, I don't know, instead of like this is so cheap doing it like this, so that's why I want to do it like this. Sometimes you change in the design that, yeah, you not always are like, this is maybe, is the edge maybe still too far? I think the edge is still too far. So what I'm going to do is like make it so that like it's a little bit closer. Like this, it's like a nice little border. We don't need, we need to have like a in depth because it's a cabinet and not like something else. Okay, so that we did. We're going to do the same with over here. We're going to clap this down. It's a little bit hard for the reference of what height I need to go for. I do need to go in 8 grid style for this. And use that one again. This one can be a little bit wider, that's fine. As long as it's in the same height, basically. And then we push this here. Can I maybe stretch it out one more time? So we know that like it fits perfectly. We stretch this out. Right, and this one needs to go a little bit in the front. And before we're going to like do it exactly as that, I think we are at the right spot. Only this one is not. There we go. So yeah, it's just like we need to do a lot of stuff in Dreams or in this creation. And I am considering maybe to do some stuff non-recording to speed up a little bit of the process, because like I am not on track with my time. There we go. I think we are at the proper height, maybe. Yeah, it looks like that. There's an easy way to find out if we actually are. In the correct height. It's a very cheap way to do this. But oh, don't have to need to be in because I really need to make sure that we are. Yes, okay, that's good. All right. I could also done it like this, by the way. That's another. I could have done that, but yeah, it was maybe even faster for this to do. All right, I think that's pretty much it of the designs of this. I still do not know if I want to keep this open or not. We need to keep it open, that's for sure. But I might maybe change the. Oh, we need 8 grids. Like do it like this. Actually, oh, that was a little bit too far. Like that has like little stools or what? Like, I don't know what to call this. To stand on. Yes, and then you can stretch this out. Boom. It's a little nicer, right? I think that's I can, however, oh, that looks very weird. I can, however, do what can we do actually? Maybe I think I have another idea. Just for the sake of the detail, is what I'm going to do. Wait, 1 sec. No, this is fine actually. No, we can keep like this. I only need to make sure that we design the rest a little bit better. Come on. Stamp. There's a little bit too deep in the... okay, so now we need to find our grids. There we go. Yes. The thing with this is that you want to like design a certain cabinet or like a workstation. Oh, let's not do that actually. This one goes one down, and because like the more you're going to put detail on this, like more it will like feel actually real, like a real object instead of just like a simple design and stuff like that. So in the previous video, I basically shaped the overall design of how I want to have the working station going, and now we can just like tweak it till we like it. Tweak it till you like it, and then we can like clone this here and basically place it the same spot. It gives a little bit of like a little extra touch. The same thing what we have to do is with this one down, and this one goes up like so, and then this side goes over there. How is the back looking? Is that okay? I think it's because like it's a different side, right? Yeah. Just make sure. Hey, that's weird. Wait, how is that possible? Okay. Move it like this. Why do I always move up at the last second that I'm placing? Okay, now it's in the same. I don't know what's going. What went wrong there? Okay. Looks good to me. Right. This one, however, we can just stretch that out, even though we don't really need to. But I don't know, it's just it's not that you're going to see it, but hey, you know. Like I said, no half finishing jobs today. And I basically I'm just gonna reuse this one here. So I know exactly what type of cut I did. I moved it again, didn't I? I freaking moved it again. Let me do something different. Let me go with a little bit of a higher grid, because like the lower your grid size, the more the more chance you will suddenly accidentally pop up in a different height. Okay, there we go. And turn this around. Then we go on 8 of a grid. And that should be it. Now we're going to move this to the other side. And then we have it. There we go. Are we doing it with the side panel as well? That is a good question, though. That is a very good question. I don't know, actually. Because I want to have that you can sit here. So you need to have a leg room. Space for your legs, and here as well in the corner to sit here. So yeah, there are 2 spots where you can sit on. Like where you can sit on, like in the corner or in like in the straight spot. But we do need the support whatsoever. I cannot do it exactly like this because that looks weird. Like we cannot like. I mean, we can do it. Well, maybe it doesn't look so weird at all. Wait, one sec. Let me try something. Maybe it's not so weird looking as I thought it was going to be. It's not weird. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It's not so weird at all. I thought it was going to be super weird, but it's not. Okay. Now we need to do the same as well with this here. So we're just going to pop this in here. We do need to move this one up. Is the border okay? Yeah, that should be okay. And this one is a little bit too far, but that's because like we need a finer grid again. There we go, and then we're gonna go back. Nice. And then we need to cut this out here. Zoop. Only we are not. Wait, why is that now suddenly different again? Is that because of the 8 grid? I think so, yeah. Okay. Oh. And then we go back to 8 for a better control. There we go. Just like that. And then we need to change this up where it belongs, but it needs to be lower grid again. Because you want to put it exactly where it belongs. Only this side is not correct. So 16. Is that the right? Yeah, it should be the right. Yes. Okay, nice. And this one we need to stretch out. Like so. And then we have that one as well. Not on both sides, but we can fix that. 8 grid. There we go. Now that side is also... Yeah, we need to fix the other board. And then this side, we're just doing it basically how we did with that one. So we're just gonna clone this. Push it against that one. And on the other side as well. And then we do the... Come on. We do this one. There we go. Nice. So we have now a little bit of like a nice detail looking work station. Work, whatever you want to call it. Now we're going to do this because like we need to fix, of course, some stuff here that I'm not satisfied with. Make sure it's connected on that particular thing. That's fine by me. Can, however, do stretch this out. Not that it like matters much, but I don't think we can even reach it anymore. It's not like it's a super annoying big thing or anything like that, but you're barely seeing it anyway, so nice. So that's fixed as well. Look at this. Nicely. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so I'm not going to paint everything yet. I will do painting later on. So first of all, I'm going to design the cabinets. And so I'm going to make a little spot. I'm not going to make it that you can actually use it. Or maybe I will, I don't know, but so far not planning to do that. I hope actually stamp. It's just like a tiny little detail. And here we're going to make a grab part. Because this is like one of those drawers where you have to like pull your hands under. and to draw it towards you. So it's this angle that we need. Only a little bit higher. We have to tweak about this one, by the way. Tip, 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 all the way to the side. So this is where you can like pull your hands under to, even though it's not working, of course, but but you get the idea, hopefully. And the same goes with this one as well. I'm already placing them at the spots where they have to go. Alright. And last but not least, oh, let me stretch this out as well. Why is it that we don't? Why was that? Why don't we reach this one here? That's weird. That's weird. Okay, that's odd. Okay, just one tap and it auto fix it. Yeah, I thought it was like the same bit, but apparently not. It's almost not visible, but I can fix this, I think, if I tap it one time. Sort of. Alright, so that's done as well. I might maybe... Oh, what's happening here? Oh, one sec. That's not good. That looked really strange. I hope it's not everywhere. No. No. Okay. Next is the cabinet thing. Oh. Let me turn that off so I can see what I am freaking doing. Is that really the same? Yeah, it is the same. I think I just... Why does that one cut so deep and the other one, or is it just my imagination? It could be my imagination. I don't know. It could be it could be my imagination. I still think it's Now he's doing it. One sec. Now he puts it in the right spot. Yeah. See, it was not my imagination. He did put it very weirdly. I thought it was going to start to get crazy. Only downside. I cannot grab it anymore. Oh, I can do maybe this. Cheap solution, but it works. The sides, however, I'm going to try to... Oh no, this is terrible. I need to do it like this. Oh, we can make them a little bit deeper, maybe? Or is that weird? Maybe that's weird. No, let's not do that. And then push it back where it belongs. Oh, that's fine, I think. Yeah, I can live with that. And hopefully I can now reach the side better. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. No. This is dreams sometimes. Come on. It's that one spot that doesn't. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Oh my god. This is a mini game on its own. There you go. A mini game in the sculpting. Okay, and now we need to push it back. I'm gonna have the same issue. Oh. Yeah. Right with that. It happens here as well, I see. I might maybe okay, that's a little bit better. It's not perfect, but okay, we in here. Same thing happened. Like so. Still a cut happening here. I can do it like this. That is sort of cheating, but you're not going to notice it. I think it's fine. We're going to paint over it, so it should not be so visible anymore. And also this detail, no one's going to care about at all in the end. So, but it's the overall feel. It's the overall look and feel of this whole garage, you know, like. So, so that's done. No, I'm lying. That's not done. Okay, let me put it on. I hope we will reach exactly the point where I want to. I have a strong feeling that we went a little bit too far. Yeah. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. There we go. It looks a little bit weird here, but that's because, like, we can up the graphics a little bit. The problem is 30%. I will see with the rest of the building. We don't have to like do too much actually. It's not so like it's not super bad. Like the rest is just walls and maybe a few windows in the top. I don't know. Or maybe not. I don't know. But it's not so like 70% graphics thermo left is still quite a lot, to be honest, for the sake of this creation. And I can always tweak here and there, but yeah. Okay, so that's done. That's done. Now we need to do the sides. So just gonna... that's the wrong one. Just gonna clone this here. Actually... yeah, we do need to do that. Because the door needs to get open eventually as well. It's only like a little bit too thick, so we need to squeeze it. don't think I can reach it. No. Okay. I am going to reuse this one here. And flip it over. And it is, of course, way too long. Because now it's cutting here as well. I think the best way to do it is like finding an edge. And then try to pull it. Oh, come on. Come on, Dreams. Come on. You can do it. There we go. That's the one. Oh, maybe this is way too far. Now at least have some wiggle room to tweak it. So finding that edge. And hopefully I can stretch this out. There we go. And now we have that side as well. Now we only need to clone this to the other side. And then that cabinet is done. I can do the same thing to here, which I actually should do, to be honest. So I'm just going to clone for the sake of that we can easily cut this down. Oh, come on. There we go. Make it super tiny because it's not a big thing we have. Oh. There we go. Oh, that was pretty close. That was pretty close. I need to only the uppity doopity. I also see. Right. I need to go a little bit higher with this one. There's this. Oh, nailed it. And clone that one to the other side. 10 hours later. There we go. Nice. It's a small detail, but you get a little bit of like depth in the overall look. And once we are getting into the paint, oh yeah, I see what's happening there. I see it, I see it, I saw it, I saw it. Like we don't want to mess with the... There we go. And then do it on this side as well. Nice. And now we can basically clone this on the top. There we go. It, like I said, it's barely noticeable. What I'm doing right now, it's not noticeable, but once the creation is finished, you will see the depth of this cabinet and stuff like that, so it makes more sense in the end. But it's almost not noticeable right now. But believe me, if you don't do this, it looks weird. Like if you're going to compare this with what I had before, when we started this video, you will see there's like a big change, right? So, but now we are changing so little to everything, so it's like it's barely visible for what we're doing, and we have to redo that a couple of times. So I'm just going to clone this. I'll bring it to the other side. Tweak it. Make sure we are... There you go. That's one. And we can clone this to the bottom. Like I said, we need to tweak. This is way too long, but it's fine. We're going to fix that in the end. Cheap. Okay. And now we need to tweak. So first of all, we're going to bring this down again. Dip, dip, dip. Like so. I am going to use... Was it 32? Yeah. Then... Bring this baby down. This needs to go. Let me see, where is the edge? There is the edge, so it should be till there. I can remove this, by the way, because we made the other one fit. We only need to stretch this out. And then we can clone this. Like that. That's how easy it goes, you know? It's like it's... Like once you have the shapes done and ready. And we need to do the same on the top as well. Oh wait, we can just like reuse. Oh, that was the wrong one. Come on. Can we use this? But that was a little bit... Oh, wait. Wait, am I... Oh, I see. Yeah, I made the cap a little bit higher. Because like this is... I don't know. Looks a little bit weird if I do it like that. Makes a little bit more sense. Although it's not the same anymore, but it's like it's whatever. Then the sides. Yeah, it is whatever. Gonna make this as small as possible. I mean, it's just it doesn't have to be perfect, you know. It is for fun. Oh, close. That was super close. There we go. Now we need to bring this on the other side. On the other side. There we go. Nice. So that one is done as well, except for the cabinet here. Although, actually, we can change. We can do a double one. Because like, Jechta is sometimes like I have an idea. Yeah, what if we do, you also can grab this. Maybe. So this is like a pull towards you kind of thing instead of like an open and close doors. I thought that would be cool. There we go. So that's about it. I think we can do the walls a little bit. I'm going to design, of course, all the details on the desk and stuff like that. But I think we can already do a few of the wall design that I want to go for. And I think what I'm going to make is a little bit of like a simple design, but an effective one. And I'm going to try to reuse this, so we only have to make one, and then we can reuse the asset a couple of times. That's the idea that we're going for. So I make it, is it 1-on-1 grid? Because that's very important, yes. It is 1-on-1 grid. I want to make sure it's actually on the 1-on-1 grid. There we go. And just trying to figure out how high I want to have it for the plate that I have in mind. This is going to rise up. Oh, it's only one graphics. That's fine. I was not doing so much, but it's going to maybe do a little bit more if we if we're going to edit it out. So what my idea is, I'm just going to make a wand, like a backdraw. But I want to make sure that if we're going to clone it, that like it fits in between. So now we have like a line here, right? So I want to make sure that whatever we're doing, so we can of course like do it like this, so overblend a little bit each other. You will see a little bit of like blending between the plates. So I'm not really sure if I go for that, but I will show you what I'm going for. So we're going to clone these. So whatever I do on this side, it also happens on the other side. So we can see what we're doing. Okay. I had to stretch my head a little bit. Okay. So the design of the back wall is going to be like wooden, not maybe wooden plates, but like more of like yeah, how am I going to call this? Just for maybe not metal plates on the back side. So not wooden, not made out of wood, but made out of metal. So the only thing is that we need to make this super small. I think that this is about right. And we only need to stretch this out. There we go. And I accidentally... Why is that always happening with me? I thought I pressed I thought I pressed select. Okay. Let me see if the line is okay for me. Yes. And then we can start from the top. Like that's a little bit too thin, so maybe a little bit more down. That's about right. Then we're going to clone this down till there. Then we're going to clone it a few times till I think it's in the same. Ah, and I let it go, and it's popping. It always happens. This is so tricky. Like my imp never goes at the place. It should be like that. Yes, that's the plate I want to go for. And if you want to speed build this, we can like do it like this. And then like it's blend in a little bit. It's not perfect, but I think if I'm going to paint it eventually, you're not going to see it much. But, and especially if you're like walking around it. So that's nice. I do see, however, wait a second. Why is this now suddenly having a smaller edge? Because I'm stupid. Can I not like do this? No, because that will not end up pretty well. Ah, my goodness. How am I gonna make sure that it looks exactly? So it's so it's like this. Is that better? I think that's better. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. So what I'm going to do now. This is a thing that I want to do. I should have done it differently actually. If I want to blend it a little bit better in, but that's fine. That's fine. I can do it like this. No big deal. Okay. Only thing what we need to do is make this a little bit smaller. And that can actually go even further on. What I can also try to do. That's fine. I'll just keep this as low as possible. There we go. And then select these two plates. These are going basically like behind the whole thing. Like so. And then we blend that into each other. I'm pretty sure this is going to look amazing, I hope. I don't want to go too quickly judging on this, but I think it's going to look pretty nice. We go back to 101 grid. I think around there. Nice. And then we can squeeze this a little bit to the sides. There we go. Group this together. And then we can basically shape and form the rest of the scene. Overlaps a little bit, but that's fine. Nice. I'm not going to the whole area, only the spots where the tools are, and here we can maybe put something else on here. Oh, this one needs to actually. Wait, how did I do that here? Okay, so this table. Oh. Now it's a long one. Hey, that's maybe also very cool, actually. I mean, I'm not editing it. So it's like it's a long one little desk. I'm not hating that, actually. But I'm not sure if I go for that, to be honest. But I want to make sure it's really nicely placed against the... I can keep it like this. That like you can clearly see there's like two different tables happening and not just like one plate. Brings a little bit more realism into it as well. We can do basically the same. Put here a line, and then here also a line to make it more realistic. But I'm not going to do that. This plate is not made out of wood, by the way. This is just like it's iron, or not iron, like metallic, like like it's sturdy basically, because like yeah, you're going to work on it and you don't want to like damage everything. Okay, then the top is going to be brick, so new scope for that. I might maybe ending up with this one in mirror mode. So I'm just gonna stamp and then mirror mode, and the reason why that is because I can. Now it's a little bit easier to do it in mirror mode, especially if we're going to paint everything. I can basically oh no, we cannot do it with this one because I'm stupid. But it doesn't matter. It's only one color. But the brick, the brick is more important to do it in mirror mode, because I'm going to make a little bit like painting over it. Okay, that was rising up one graphics unnecessary. We don't need to do that. How is it going if I do it like this? We still fine? We still be fine. The brick wall goes a little bit behind there. Just like that. And then I can try to find the spot where it's open. I'm doing the same here as well. Let me do it in studio lights. I can maybe tweak something here so like it's having a little bit of an edge between that. I have to do the same here as well. What I'm talking about, I will show you. So we just like clone this and basically make it so like this, basically. And we can maybe do it on the top as well. I mean, that would be okay to do so. Like this. And squeeze this. Oh. I need to make sure that like it's like so. So there's like a little of like an edge to that. And it should be everywhere, right? Or not? Guess not, because I can clone that. Alright. Yeah, that's unnecessary graphics there. So we have to make sure, because like this one, these twos are nice. Okay, so 1-on-1 grid. Oh, you know what? We actually need to do it on both sides. So this one, have to clone. A little bit further. You're not seeing it here, but you do see it here. So it's like there's a little bit of space there, which I like, because then I can do something like this, and you have that like it stops here, and that's what I want. Let me see if I can do. Yeah, here it doesn't really matter actually. For the corners. Corners is fine. Okay. Once I have this done, we can basically reuse. Yeah, this is perfect. We can reuse so many stuff. Oh. Like so. I have to see. I think here I'm going to make another like shell, a big shelf, with stuff on it, like maybe wheels or stuff like that, car materials and stuff like that. But I see that I am over an hour into my video, which means we're going to leave it like here. I think we did okay today. There's something that I have to worry about in the end that we have here. You can see, like, if you like zoom out a little bit, you can see that the sun gadget is so thin, but we can easily fix that by just blocking eventually something. I will do that later. That's not for now. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this already turns out to be. Oh my god, is it actually oh, I did that so perfectly. Yeah, nice. All right, so this is basically how it looks. I really love already how this is going to turn out in the end. Yeah, this is pretty good. I might maybe tweak the graphics for the plates a little bit so that it's not like super. That will rise up graphics 100%, but we do have a lot of wiggle room here and there, and I kind of want to make it so like it's sharp looking. I don't want to have the feeling that this is Dreams, you know? Like, I want to have that feel like it's not Dreams or another engine. You can do that, but that cost, that it has a certain cost, and that is graphics term mostly. So I always have to like think what I want to keep the high quality and not. And I think the walls should be like this, so you have a nice look to that particular thing. And oh my god, that's always going to this is, I love this so much already. So and we don't have even painted it yet, so there's no paint, there's no floor, no assets. We need to have a lot of assets. I do have a few days to create some assets for this. It's not a lot, but assets are just like tiny little things that we can like little stuff we can put here and there. But once everything is painted, luckily we don't have to paint so much, because most of the assets, or most of like the tables, for example, is all made out of iron and metal, so it doesn't really have any like textures on it. So that speeds up a lot with this creation. And so I don't have to do like textures and stuff like that. So that's the only thing that I'm going to texture is the marble, or like the brick wall, and the floor. I'm going to texture that. But the tables and stuff like I do see. While I'm talking, I do see something. What happened here? Oh no! What is this? Okay. What happened here? How did I end up doing it like that? I do not know. That's so weird. Okay. Had to fix that. Also, are we? This one is way too low. Kind of want to have like it's leveled like this. And then we do the same with that one as well. And I said like, yeah, I'm so good because like it fits perfectly. It doesn't, but that means maybe we can. One sec. Before I'm going to close down the video, let me just do it because like, so we can like focus in the next video on something else. Wait. Oh, I was about to say. Yeah, it will rise up one graphics, but we're at 35 right now. It's fine. It's totally fine. Yeah, so we probably also have to like move this together in between, like more of them. We don't see the edges. Do the same with that. There we go. Something like this in the line. Yeah, it's not perfect, but it's but this is a little bit of what you can expect from it, you know, like how it's going to be looking. So here it's going to be like marble or like a brick, a little bit, a brick wall, and then here we have iron, like a metal wall, and then the table is going to be metal. The plates are going to be maybe metal as well. I think it's going to be like in the same color range and stuff like that. So yeah, there's already a lot of like what we can do. I'm already so happy right now with this. All right, so I'm going to leave it like here. Now we're actually going to leave it. So you got a few extra video minutes for me. In the next video, we are going to, of course, design the garage further on. We're going to do, I think, some assets, like a shell, where you can put in other things on. I will just do simple things. Painting we're going to do eventually. I'm not sure if it's going to be in the next video already. Because like before I like what I did with the card as well, I first want to shape everything, and once the whole shape is done, I am going to paint everything eventually. So that will be somewhere in these upcoming videos that I'm going to paint. There is a big chance that I going to do some stuff not recording, so I have a little bit of like a faster way to do this because my time is running out. I have only just a little few days left to finish this. It's the deadline is closing in, sadly. So yeah, I do not really have much time left, so I have to hurry. On the bright side is that most of these assets or garage assets don't really need to paint much textures and detail on it, so that's a little bit of like, yeah, something that I'm happy about, because like painting can like take some time as well, and so I'm happy that I don't really have to do that. Only the floor is going to be texturized. The brick wall is going to be texturized, and the ceiling, I have to see what I'm going to do about the ceiling. I think I'm going to make the ceiling flat. So it's going to be a flat ceiling instead of what I have right now. So I think I'm going to make a flat ceiling. Then we're going to make some very simple lights on like where the light can, like, it's going to be very clean looking, very sterile. It's going to be very sterile looking because like the focus needs to be laying on the card itself. And then we're going to put some Christmas lights on it to make it more Christmas looking feel. So we're going to make a Christmas tree. That's something I can do. Maybe I'm going to reuse some assets that I made last year to speed up the process. Because there are some assets that are already made for this. So I can maybe reuse that a little bit here and there. I can maybe like, I have a different idea. I'm going to make a tiny little Christmas tree on the desk with lights in it. I think we're going to do that. yeah, that's something we can do. All right, so but I will be for the next video, or not the next video, but like the upcoming videos. For now, I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you still enjoy this series with me. And I hope you can still also feel the deadline closing in, because like I certainly do. I feel it already in my neck, like breathing, like the deadline, I'm here. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, and as always, don't forget to dream, everybody, and I will see you hopefully in the next video. Bye bye.